It's not part of this video.
What's up?
Hello. Hi guys, and welcome to the AutoFinesse Detailing Academy, where today we're going to be tackling this Porsche 964 detail. So the guys are stuck into the wash stage now, starting off as always with the wheels. We're going to clean them up with some iron out to really decontaminate them before stepping onto the arches and tyre walls at this point too. Before we come into contact with the vehicle and start snow foaming and stuff, with it being an older car, we're going to get into those door shuts, under the hood and the boot, and get into all those gaps with some Eradicate to degrease those areas before laying down some snow foam and then performing the contact wash. You can't get the staff, can ya? That's it, good job.
Whoever's cars this is, just looking out for your car. The ultimate detailing footwear.
With the car now clean, decontaminated, we've dried it off and got it in the bay. Now we can't stress the importance of using a light and paint depth gauge on paintwork before you start machine polishing, especially on these older vehicles. Now, if you're going to keep a classic like this looking this good for this long, it's probably going to have had some paint in its time. What you're looking for here is any areas that there's maybe blow-ins or where it goes from original paint to new paint, so we don't polish over those and expose any edges. Also, we want to look for any low spots that might have had a scratch or something polished out in the past, where we might have to pay special attention and be careful around, and anything else that might not kind of react well to us polishing it. If you're coming out, we can show you what we mean. You can see on the petrol flap here, there's some original paint there. This paint's flaked off and it's starting to go on the edge there as well. There's a chip here as well, so we'll give this a light polish, but we won't go crazy. And then we're going to be careful not to lift that up anymore. So other than that flap and the bottom of the rear quarter, there's not too much to look out for. We'll mark them off with tape before we start. Who wants a bonnet?
I'll take mine.
Bonnet, would you? The rest of the car's yours. I'll go for a cup of tea, I'll come back in time. So that's a wrap on the 964, and I think you'll agree it's come out well. Now, this car wasn't easy by any stretch of the imagination. The paint correction work has taken much longer than we even envisaged when we first inspected the car outside. Old cars can throw a spanner in the works somewhat once you start getting into that correction side. This has had like a 2 and 3 stage even in some areas machine polish, and we've had to try and chase out as much of the deep marks as we can. Now, with old vehicles, you can forgive them their war wounds, and there are a couple of areas we couldn't get everything out to 100%, but what we do in that circumstance is we round off the edges of any scratches that we can't get to the bottom of, just so the light doesn't reflect off them as much and it takes the eye off of them. We've then finished this car in our Passion Wax, which is specifically developed for these older paint types. We've done all the finishing touches and the trimming, so plastic trim, tyres, glass. We've even had time to get in the interior as well and freshen that up. We hope you've enjoyed this detail and that you'll join us once again to see what we have in the bay here at the AutoFinesse Detailing Academy.